are in lesson 22, part 2. We just dealt with preparing for balance, and I'm going to talk to you again about coiling imbalance. Now, if I give you an instruction to turn your left shoulder under your throat in the backswing, that's a clear instruction. It's important, though, to remember why we're doing it. You could turn your left shoulder under your throat, and not create any power. It's vital to remember that the purpose of the backswing is to create power. In the same way, the purpose of the setup was not just to prepare for balance, it was to prepare for the whole shot and to get your body in the best possible place. So when we move on to coiling imbalance, we're creating power. And if you can remember that from a full wedge swing to a full 6-iron swing to a full driver swing, nothing changes. The shape of your swing might alter. You'll have a flattish swing with a driver, an upright swing with a wedge, and the 6-iron somewhere in between. But in terms of function, you're preparing, you're creating power, and you're releasing that power. Now, if I show you the shoulder turn by itself, if I put the club across my shoulders, you can imagine me twisting. And when I coil my shoulders to 90 degrees, my left shoulder goes under my throat. There's the creation of power. Okay, there's no great effort that in the early stages. Okay, it's pretty effortless in the early stages. I turn, there's no great strain. Now my tummy muscles start to engage, but now we start to create power. We coil. I'm keeping my face still and turn my shoulders to 90 degrees. Okay? In the follow-through, of course, my shoulders will work in the other way. But what's important in the backswing is the shoulder coils in this direction. Okay? Now, if I just put my arms out like a wheel shape, you can see that same rotation taking place. The problem we have in golf is somebody's glued these spokes together. So our first problem is this. We can turn our shoulders to 90 degrees and coil, but that's the limit of our movement. If we're going to continue, the forearms have to rotate. In other words, the left hand goes above the right. I just put the club into my sternum and hold my hands out there. That is basically the swing plane from the ball to my upper sternum. So I can turn my shoulders to 90 and coil. I can go no further. To continue, the left arm goes over the right. Now I can make a full back swing. The same is true coming through. I'll come through, there are my palms in neutral. On the way through, my shoulders coil. That's my limit. But if the forearms rotate, left arm goes above the other, I can make a longer movement. So, we prepare for balance and then we coil in balance. Offering the club, tipping from the hip and taking the feet. Now you're well versed by this time because you've been following the early lessons. You know that the left shoulder is going to ignite the backswing. If the left shoulder goes into the throat and under the jawline, that is the most powerful coil that I possess. Now people worry a lot about where's the club head going? Should the club head be square? Should it be open? Should it be inside? Should it be outside? All those questions you don't need to deal with. If you've prepared properly, and you understand that the left shoulder is going to go to the throat, if the left shoulder tracks properly, you're almost certain that the arms and club have also responded as they should. The great danger is if the swing starts with the wrists, you'll be outside the line. If you start with the forearms, more commonly, you'll be on the inside. Some people sway a little bit to start the swing. And the worst, of course, is when people tilt and go that way. What's vital is, having found your centered, balanced address position, the rotation has to start now. The left shoulder, it's no good the club going early, the left shoulder has to start now. So the left shoulder goes to the throat. Now try this at home. Close your eyes, address the ball, close your eyes, and then, keeping your eyes shut, turn the shoulder under the throat and feel your way into the slot. I think you can tell that would be flat, arm below my throat and across my chest. Conversely, this would be upright, arm across my jawline. So basically, if you understand it with your eyes shut, it means you're feeling your way to a good backswing rather than thinking your way. Don't worry about the position of the club at the top. It'll be taken care of by good grip, good posture, and a correct shoulder turn. So there are a lot of things, if you do this well, there's a lot of stuff you don't have to worry. The big one to worry about or to concern yourself with is the creation of power. The left shoulder goes to the throat. Okay, let's put that into practice. Through the pre-shot routine, I'm going to load the left shoulder under my throat, which is a coil. I've felt that power, now I release the shot. What's always surprising about coiling and pausing, you don't lose much power. It's like a catapult. You can stretch it slowly and stop. And after a pause, if you release the elastic, it releases powerfully as if you hadn't paused at all. There's something to be said for gaining mental and physical ownership of the setup and the backswing. It's possible to perfect the setup, but you can spend the rest of this golfing career of yours learning how to complete the shoulder turn and getting the left shoulder to go to the throat. That is coiling imbalance.